a Gamer Gaming GG, officiating referee, summon shock, and oh, this is new.
Predaplants. Again, this video isn't intended to be a supplement to the other Predaplant guide video I made around 3 months ago. I was in the process of making another Predaplant video about the supplementary engines you can play in the deck, but because of Phaeda's release, I kind of have to remake that anyway, so I'm just going to stuff it all into this video right here. If you have not watched the old video, I will recommend you go watch the old video. It's pretty good. I'll also be responding to a couple of comments on the other video in a very nice and calm and collected way, because I'm a very nice and calm and collected person. As always, there's timestamps in the description if you just want to go and skip ahead to the combo part. I know that's what you're here for. Go look at the combos. Fuck you. Anyway, let's get started talking about this freak. Also, for the record, I'm not fucking calling it super duper polymerization. First off, and most importantly to this video, there is a new card on the block, Fat Dragon, Fata Dragna. It's a wind dragon level 5 monster, so we can summon it with instant fusion. It has the same stats as Ambulo Melodies, and it also has almost the same materials as Garura, so it works kind of as a super poly target and can replace Garura. And the best part of the card is that none of what I just said is even remotely what makes the card good. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon any fusion monster from your extra deck in defense position, negated. And also it locks you into fusions for the rest of the turn, but that's not a real fucking restriction. If you can remember from the last video, we play Albion to enable the Fallen and the Virtuous package. What we used to do is we make a Starving Venom level 1 with a Predator counter, and then we Apex Poly on it to send the Albion directly. Now, instead, we can just make the Fat Dragon, and then Apex Poly a Clear Wing with it to make a Venom Wing, and then the Fat Dragon summons an Albion from the extra deck that we can then use to make like a Stapelia or something. It's fucking crazy. Like, I'm genuinely convinced Konami designed this card on ecstasy. It's so good, and it's so versatile, and I need to remake every fucking Predaplant line that I spent hours. And there's also Predaplant Daredevil, however the fuck you pronounce, D-Head Evil, hello? A level 6 Dark Plant Fusion monster. You can contact fuse it using any Predaplant on the field, plus a monster with a Predator counter, making it kind of like a Kaiju going second, but not really, because you already need to affect the monster that you want to Kaiju to put the counter on it to then threaten Kaijuing in the first place, so it can't actually out like towers or whatever, but it's still something. And then going first, it can be a pretty easy way to turn 2 bodies into a fusion body. Pretty cool card, although we probably won't be seeing it until like fucking 2035. I don't know. Here's an example of a deck list that's going to be legal immediately following May 7th, and is how I'm probably going to be playing the deck myself. There used to be kind of a debate on whether playing Venom Wing and the Fallen and Virtuous package would actually be worth it, but now I can confidently say that there is not anymore. Also been doing kind of a thought experiment with myself lately. What if, hypothetically, they unbanned Verte? It would kind of make sense from like a marketing standpoint. Make people buy the cool Predaplant cards by unlimiting the Predaplant card, you know? Pretty cool, maybe. However, like, following Fat Dragon's release, I genuinely don't think Verte is any good in this deck anymore, like at all. Because the way you would hypothetically use Verte in the previous build of the deck is that you would end on 2 extra bodies, and then you turn them into Verte, and then you use Verte sending an Apex Poly to fuse away a Chimera Flesia in the extra deck with the Verte itself, and then you would have extra follow-up and a Drago Stapelia, which is pretty dang good. But now it's more awkward, specifically because of the fusion lock on Fat Dragon. There might still be something here. Like, hypothetically, you could make the Verte first, then make the Fat Dragon, and then like use the Verte later. That would work. I just haven't thought about it enough. We still don't play Ultra Poly. Do not play Ultra. Please don't play Ultra.
Magic card. 超越融合を発動
Everyone's favorite card that I compared to Hitler in the last video, and will be doing again in this one. Please don't play Ultra Poly. For the exact same reasons as given in the previous video, you search 2 fusion spells, that's Instant Fusion and Apex Fusion, and playing anything else is stupid. And now, because of Fat Dragon's release, realistically, even the upsides of playing Ultra Poly, of being able to make slightly better boards, is now completely void, because Fat Dragon makes Apex Poly crazy fucking strong. So there's no point, but I still see so often decklist with this shit ass goddamn card, and I just This part of the video is going to be that video about supplementary engines that you can play in Predaplants. First off, we can discuss the dmod package. It's a package that had a little bit of traction on the Predaplant Discord like a month or two ago, if I recall correctly. You play ready fusion with, and I'm being 100% serious, sandwich, and then you contact fuse away the sandwich for the dmod. Dmod adds gaze, and then you activate your gaze, and then you summon dragoon, and then you're free from the beer. You're safe from hand traps, right? Notably, if you've already made a crystal wing somehow, then you can technically set your gaze, and then you can activate it on the opponent's turn after you've like fused away your dmod for other plays like a dragostopelia or something, because you can shuffle it back from the graveyard instead of using it from the field that way. But the problem in this package arises in two main forms. One, it makes Dracaena worthless because, you know, you're summoning something that's not a plant or a dragon. Second, it forces you to play another brick in our already pretty somewhat bricky deck. If you're planning to play Dragoon and Predaplants, I don't recommend you to play it with the Ready Fusion package. I recommend you to play it with Azamina. Azamina is actually pretty good in this deck. You can run up to 9 starters for the engine in Diabellstar, Deception, and Wanted. It lets you summon 2 Omni Negates at the start of your combo, and also allows you to add either a follow-up spell or a Diabellstar to your hand that you can then use as a discard fodder for your Predaplant combos. Pretty cool. But again, it turns off Dracaena, and also this version of the dmod package would then add another extra brick. So I don't know. And also, we draw a lot of cards in our combos. If you start with your Predaplant cards and then you draw into Azamina cards that you then can't use because you're plant and dragon locked from primitive, it feels fucking miserable. And also, of course, it just turns off Dracaena entirely, and Dracaena is our best starter. It's a really good card. Next up, we've got the Cactus Bouncer. Yeah! The idea is that you use Humid Winds to gain life points to search with Jasmine, and then you can use a Synchro Summoned Circle of the Fairies to normal summon a Cactus Bouncer to add to your end board. Another Floodgate. Isn't that fun? And then also there's some extra cool synergy with Aroma Blend being able to summon any fusion plant. However, this engine adds a lot of bricks to the deck, and again, we already run a lot of bricks. I don't know if this is the way to go about it. If you're interested in this engine, watch Sensei Jess's video. Then there's the Rose Dragons. They're not very good. However, aw, look at the little guy. Oh, my fucking back, bro. Jesus Christ. Up next, we got the Materiactor package, where the idea is that you run 1 Exiguard, 1 Zeptowing, and 1 critical. You overlay for the Exiguard during your combo to summon the Zeptowing, and then Zeptowing adds you your critical. And then you have a free Omni Negate for your end board, as well as being able to synchro off the Zeptowing. Problem with this engine, though, is that it adds bricks, and it only serves you going first. So, yeah, I don't know. Those are all the main big engines that you can play in this deck. Let's talk about what I got wrong in the last video. Fucking nothing. Anyway, I do want to respond to some comments that I got on that video because some of them were pretty interesting. So let's give that a shot. Side note, who the fuck at YouTube decided it would be a good idea to implement an AI that reads my replies to comments and then learns based off that how I speak and then writes soulless replies to the other comments? Genuinely such a worthless feature. A god tech for this deck is Jack in the Hand. Not really. It plays way harder into Droll. Plus, we have better starters if we're really starving. We got, like, Lone Fire and shit. We got Foolish. What are your thoughts on the other Starving Venom variants? Namely, Greedy Venom, Starving Venomy, Lethal Dose, and SKD Starving Venom. Alas, they are all doggy doo. I'm gonna play Predaplant next format, and my only concern is how do you play around it if they summon Albaz and contact fusion your board? Do you have any idea how to out it other than using Predaplanting Trap from Grave? You can't! However, it's not really the end of the world if they do. Dragostopelia is a plant, you can't contact fuse that away, and Predapower comes back anyway. So, like, yeah. You lose, like, 2 to 3 points of interaction on your 5 interaction plus 3 draws board. So, like, yeah, it kind of sucks, but, like, you're usually kind of fine. Predaplast moving forward in today's meta is actually pretty good, especially when you're facing decks that only allow you to target to affect it. The trap and long won't be able to affect many monsters with that clause. Trust me, Plast is garbage. Don't play Plast. It does one mediocre thing, and then it does one more mediocre thing in the graveyard, and as such is just not fucking worth the deck space. Don't play Plast. Where is Synchro Fusion spell? Glad you asked, dear viewer. The reason we don't play the Harmonic Synchro Fusion is because Harmonic Synchro Fusion doesn't fucking fuse. Again, we only get to search 2 fusion spells in our combos. Instant Fusion and Apex Poly are just genuinely better. Manliest Yu-Gi-Oh player. Seek help. Anyways, the combos using Fat Dragon. Yeah, it's the part of the video you came for. Woo! Alrighty. I haven't slept in 2 days and I'm off my medicine. Let's look at some Predaplant combos. First off, we got the 1.5 card Dracaena combo. The line's been refined. It's a lot stronger now following the Fate of Dragna release. Activate Dracaena. In the Biblisp. Biblisp searches for Scorpio. You normal it and summon out longinephila. Fairly standard, right? We go primitive to dump the Cobra to add instant fusion. And then we will synchro summon Balthea to summon back the Cobra to get the search right away. Then we go into Bramble Rose and into Crystal Wing. Now that we're insulated from Nibiru, we'll go instant fusion and add Lizard. Lizard summons itself and searches for fusion substitute. It's important to use this here. We go Ambula Melodies, tribute the Lizard to summon out Triantis from the deck. Then we'll go Bramble Rose to summon out longinephila and specifically fuse away with substitute longinephila and Ambula Melodies. We need to keep the Triantis on the field for the next fusion we're going to be doing. Summon out the Fat Dragon. We get a free draw. And then we reset the substitute with the longinephila. Then we go Fusion Substitute, fuse away Triantis and Dragna to summon out Dragostopelia. Triantis triggers as Chainlink 1. This is important. You need Triantis as Chainlink 1 to be able to place the counter on the Albion we're summoning out of the extra deck, which we will be doing with Fat Dragon's effect. Place the counters on. Then we go Apex Polymerization right away, targeting the Albion to summon out Starving Venom, dump them both, and get out Predapower. Next up, we'll go Biblisp to revive itself, and then we'll use Dracaena's effect, banish itself and Cobra, because Cobra's once per duel. We've already used it. There's no need to keep it in the grave, to summon back out the Fat Dragon. Then we'll proceed to the end phase, using Albion's effect to set the Fallen and the Virtuous. This is a fairly whatever board it looks like, right? It's like you got one Omni negate, you got a monster negate, you got another monster negate, and you got a pop. That's pretty much exactly what our old boards did before Fat Dragon's release. However, this combo is a lot stronger than it looks, because as soon as we pass over to the opponent's turn here, they summon something. We'll go Balthea's effect, banish itself and fusion substitute, diffuse away Dragna and Biblisp to summon another Dragostopelia, which then triggers the Dragna to summon from the extra deck a negated Venom Wing, which then, as soon as the opponent summons anything else, we will activate Preda Primitive in the graveyard to pop it, which then triggers it to place itself in the scale. And wow, would you look at that? We've also skill drained the opponent. Cool. Cool deck. Cool card. Yeah, thanks, Konami. Next up, I'll show you the standard 1.5 card Ophrys Scorpio line. This one's pretty good. Start with normal summon the Scorpio. Summon out longinephila. Longinephila adds Primitive. Primitive dumps Biblisp to add instant fusion, and Biblisp will add our Lizard. Lizard summons itself and adds the fusion substitute. We then go into Balthea. Balthea revives the Lizard to get a free draw. Synchroma for Bramble Rose. Bramble Rose's effect activates to summon out Black Rose. Then we use Bramble Rose's effect to summon back the longinephila and make our Crystal Wing. And we'll go Instant Fusion, summon out the Ambula Melodies. Ambula Melodies adds Triantis. We'll go Ambula Melodies, tribute the Scorpio, summon out Cobra to add our Apex Poly. We'll go Fusion Substitute, fuse away Ambula Melodies and the Cobra for the Fat Dragon. Fusion Substitute gets its draw right away here. And then we'll use Apex Polymerization, targeting the Fat Dragon, summon out Clearwing Synchro Dragon, and make our Venom Wing. Fat Dragon then triggers to summon out the Albion. We activate the Triantis from the hand. Longinephila activates to reset the Fusion Substitute. And we'll use it here to fuse into a Dragostopelia. Triantis then triggers to place some counters. And we get a free body with Biblisp. Then optionally, you can choose to not use your fusion substitute draw here and then fuse into another Dragostopelia on the opponent's turn in case your Venom Wing Lock gets outed or something. I prefer to just do the draw here though, because we already have the skill drain set up. Counters aren't really that much of a problem. We'll use the fusion substitute to draw a card, putting back the Dracaena. Proceed to the end phase, and Albion will set from the deck a copy of the Fallen and the Virtuous. Next up, I'll show off the Longinephila 1.5 card combo, which is slightly different from the Ophrys Scorpio combo, so it's important to learn them both. Proceed to the main phase. Normal summon Longinephila, add our Primitive. Primitive dumps Biblisp to add instant fusion. Biblisp adds Lizard. Lizard summons itself and adds our fusion substitute. We'll go straight into Balthea to get our draw. Make Bramble Rose. Bramble Rose effect summon Black Rose. Bramble Rose banish itself to summon back the Longinephila. And then we make our Crystal Wing. Instant fusion now that we're safe from Nibiru to summon Ambulo Melodies. Ambulo Melodies activates its effect to add Bufalicula this time. Important difference from the Ophrys Scorpio combo. We go Longinephila's effect to place a counter on the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Then we can revive the Biblisp, which gives us a free body to tribute with the Ambulo Melodies to summon from the deck our Ophrys Scorpio, which can then discard our extra monster that we had in hand from the start to summon out Darlingtonia to add our Apex Poly. Fusion Substitute fuses away Ambulo Melodies and either of the two level 3s for the Fat Dragon. Apex Poly on the Fat Dragon to get our Venom Wing. Then the Fat Dragon triggers and summons out Albion from the extra deck. Then Bufalicula will fuse Albion and the other level 3 that's left over for a Dragostopelia. And then we get our draw with Fusion Substitute. In the end phase, we'll use Albion to set our copy of the Fallen and the Virtuous. So this combo is slightly weaker than the Ophrys Scorpio combo because we get one less draw. However, when you start with Primitive and a monster in your hand, you have the choice of going either Primitive, Biblisp, add Ophrys Scorpio, or add Longinephila. Generally, I'm going to recommend you to go Biblisp, add Longinephila, and not go Biblisp, add Ophrys Scorpio. Because when you go Ophrys Scorpio, you very often get hand trapped there, and that really fucking sucks. Because you lose one of your summons out of the deck, and you lose a card in your hand, instead of just losing a search with Longinephila. And this end board is not that much weaker than the Scorpio one. So generally, if you open Primitive, go for this. This next combo is going to be the general combo you're going to go for if you have two pieces of engine in your hand. This can be pretty much any two Predaplants. It can be Longinephila, it can be Primitive, it can be Lizard, it can be one of the pen scales. The thing is with this deck is that if you open more than one piece of engine, you search what you're missing, right? Because all of your cards just like search shit. This is a combo that doesn't require a discard, by the way. Note that. Normal summon Longinephila to add our Lizard. Lizard summons itself, adds Substitute, then we bin Biblisp to add Instant Fusion right away, and Biblisp adds us our Triantus. Synchro off for the Balthea. Balthea summons back Lizard, and we get a free draw. Bramble Rose, Bramble summon Black Rose, Bramble summon Longinephila. And then we get Crystal Wing, as always. Then we'll go Instant Fusion, summon Ambulo Melodies. Ambulo Melodies adds our Bufalicula. So now we have both the pen scales. This is a really fucking good position to be in always. We scale them both. We use Bufalicula's effect to fuse both scales away for the Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, which triggers both of them to first place counters on everything, and then add back the Triantus to be used as fusion material again. And we'll go Biblisp here to come back. Melodies contribute the Biblisp for free. Summon out Darlingtonia from the deck to add our Apex Poly. Then we'll go Fusion Substitute, use away the Darlingtonia and the Melodies for a Fat Dragon. Then we'll go Fusion Substitute, put back the Melodies to draw another card. Apex Polymerization, target the Fat Dragon to get our Venom Wing out. Then Fat Dragon summons out the Albion. Then we'll go longinephila to reset the Fusion Substitute. And since we have another material now, since we got to add back the Triantis, we can scale it again to activate the Fusion Substitute to summon out a Dragostopelia. Triantis is not once per turn, so you get a couple extra counters here if you want. Then we'll go to get our final draw here, putting back the Dragna. And then in the end phase, we'll go Albion to set the Fallen and the Virtuous. This is a very, very powerful end board. We got our skill drain shit, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, which can be popped by either Venom Wing, Primitive, or the Fallen and the Virtuous, and of course our Crystal Wing and our Dragostopelia. This next combo is an extremely important to know combo for actual gameplay. It's what to do when you're met with the ultimate challenge for this deck, Mulcharmy Fuwa loss. We're gonna start by normal summoning longinephila to add Primitive. Primitive Foolishest Biblisp to add instant fusion. Biblisp adds our lizard as standard. We go lizard effect. Add the substitute. And that's when they hit us with the fuwa. Summon the Balthea to give them one draw first. To summon back the lizard to get one draw ourselves. Then we'll activate the fusion substitute to summon the Fat Dragon. Then we'll go longinephila to place a counter on the Fat Dragon, and then summon the Biblisp out of the graveyard. And then we pass. On the opponent's turn, as soon as they summon anything, we activate the Balthea to banish itself and the fusion substitute, to fuse away the Fat Dragon and the Biblisp for a Dragostopelia, which then triggers the Fat Dragon to summon from the extra deck a negated Venom Wing Dragon in defense position. I screwed up here in the replay. And then as soon as they summon anything else, we activate the Primitive in the graveyard to pop it, and then we've got our skill drain live. 2 draws into Fuwa, we get a skill drain. It's pretty good, I can't lie. Thank you for watching. I know my demeanor in these videos is very sarcastic and half-assed, but to be genuine for a second, I want to thank the Predaplant Discord server for being such a genuinely awesome place, and extend an open invitation to anyone watching this video to join. Link in the top of the description. As always, if I've made any mistakes, tell me in a comment and I'll pin some notes. There's probably no mistakes though, because I'm fucking perfect. Good luck out in the fields, my fellow academia tards. Let's hope that Stapelia worm and Cephalotus snail come out before 2037. Board cost me $80 fucking to buy. You see these pages? They're pages I ripped out of the New Testament because I personally killed God.